Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations with Chaos Counseling. We're getting into the thick of it, and it's awesome.
Oh my gosh. I thought you were channeling her for a minute there, and I was like, did we get invaded? I've already been through this once.
What? No, what are you talking about?
Oh, fuck.
I have no hair to flick.
Oh, no.
I mean, what?
Oh, she's dead. We win. All right.
Go, Bikini, go.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. February 10th, 1:06 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 7.
I love you, Bikini.
I love you too.
Yay. He's my new best mom.
Now then, let's continue where we left off, shall we?
From last time. Okay.
So I thought you said go.
No, you didn't. It was just what the judge said.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Well, witness.
Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Judge?
Well, you can go to hell and never come back.
Already there, sir.
You're still right here, so you're not there yet.
My soul, the rest of my soul is.
Well, it seems that if we're to learn the truth, we need to hear your testimony, bitch.
I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown.
You watched the 50 Shades movie, didn't you?
What? No, I don't watch shit!
Even Dahlia has standards.
In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night.
The plan.
The whole plan began with my death. Stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. But for it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway.
So that means you really are?
Wait a minute. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fay?
Yes. You have a problem with that?
Don't give us that nonsense. There's no way that...
Watch yourself, Trite. If you've got a problem, solve it during the cross-examination. That's my rule.
He has a lot of rules.
Mr. Godot is correct. And by the way, that's my rule as well.
You're allowed to have a ton of rules, Judge. You're kind of the
Kill
law.
Maya?
Can we get like a Godot crossover with Zombieland?
Could it be
They're doing
true?
a second one, so it's possible.
Sure. Why not?
You can write that fanfiction.
Sorry, audience.
I've tried
really
running
write
fanfics. I
fanfiction.
only get like 3 chapters in, and then my ideas dry up.
Mood.
Mood.
No, seriously, I actually had a really good Digimon fanfiction going, according to Abby. But then again, she loves me, so I have no idea if it was good or not, and then I just lost interest.
You were executed last month, correct?
Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant.
Good.
How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fay?
I'm surprised. No, like I know that they didn't write this in for literally being in 2019, but it's like, wow, we still have hangings as a legal thing?
I don't think so.
No,
I think
that
it's
got-
lethal injection.
Yeah, I think it's all legal. It's
I
not just
mean, we
shots.
don't even do the electric chair or gas chamber anymore. They're viewed as inhumane.
Yeah.
I don't think we do the gas chamber, at
I don't
least.
think so.
Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. Since I was on death row and she was my mother, it was actually pretty easy to meet with her.
I see. So that's when you discussed the plan?
Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well. Even though I'm her own daughter.
You're Satan's daughter.
Well,
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I was gonna say Morgan is pretty.
What are you trying to say?
Fuck you, Mom!
No, fuck you!
Pearl's just like, this was my whole life growing
All
up.
to make Pearl Fay the master of Karain?
Help me.
She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister, Misty, took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan.
A plan, huh?
You're talking about Pearl Fay. Is that correct?
Yes, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us.
And you and your twin sister, Iris.
That's correct. 4 Unfortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father.
Abandoned?
The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at an old temple.
You mean Iris?
Yes, my father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general.
How horrible!
So that
The
explains.
real horrible one was that woman. That bitter, vengeful woman.
No, I think you're the horrible one here.
Can't we
There-
both equally be horrible?
Yeah, but you're still...
Okay, as long as we agree on that.
I was gonna say this explains the connection between Dahlia and like her other sister. So, yeah, that's cool.
It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Faye.
And that's the one thing we will thank her for.
She was born with an abundance of spiritual power, unfortunately for her. Morgan Faye heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family.
Oh, Pearl.
Pearl's life is just fucked.
Maya would have to die, but why?
For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of.
The Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya.
How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master.
Isn't Pearl in here?
That's all.
Pearl
Woof.
is.
What? What'd you
Pearl
ask?
should be here
Pearl's here.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
A terrible thing to hear.
in the audience somewhere.
She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter. And naturally, the life of Maya Faye as well.
How could anyone do that?
Poor Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl. Good thing she's not with that family,
You-
but yeah.
You were going to kill Maya?
Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was to follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you can do to me.
Ugh.
Good up.
So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger sister. On Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple.
She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart.
Except for the people sitting at home who can see your brief mannerisms and the few sprites you're allowed.
If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it.
And that witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini.
I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night. But she wound up seeing Iris's crime anyway.
Why did you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she?
Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her.
There is not enough sewers in all the realms and all the realities to hold all this shit that is spewing from you.
Can I borrow yours?
Backstabber?
You just don't understand. You never will.
I never want to.
Anyway,
I freaking love when Dahlia shows up. I freaking love it so much.
I love Dahlia.
You think the plan was a success?
You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped, Maya Faye is dead. Now the title of the master will pass on to Pearl Faye.
That's absurd. Maya is just... She's just trapped. Trapped inside the sacred cavern.
Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you? My darling Feeny. Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you. Your sniveling naivete and your pathetic faith in other people.
I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Fay's plan?
Hello? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of.
If that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya?
You may not understand it, being the kind and gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that.
So then tell me, why?
Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. For my own personal satisfaction.
What did you say? So this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead?
Do you understand why I would kill Maya Fey now? What my goal was?
Obviously. It's because you were helping Morgan Fay.
Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. I thought that was obvious.
So she wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was just using Morgan and her plan so she could accomplish her own goal.
All I wanted to do was kill Maya Fey. That was the only way I could think of to get revenge.
Revenge? Looks like you have no choice but to present that piece of evidence. I can't believe it. She meant to kill Maya. You gotta keep a cool head. And I need to get more information out of her. It's the only way to understand this plan, and what she was after as well.
Also, real talk, while we are figuring this out, I love the sprite work they did.
I know,
Agreed.
she looks amazing.
Oh,
She really
so
does.
good.
I'm really excited for one of the sprites that will get her.
Oh.
I'm really excited.
I love the details they put
What'd you
in.
do?
Press the wrong thing!
It's literally faulty, Your Honor.
Calm your tits now!
Witness is clearly phony.
You just click through, it's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
And damage.
Enjoy!
Oh, no.
Was that our first? No, we have had one before.
Ah,
Okay.
that hurt.
Throw us out of a case. So find a contradiction to rub it in my face.
Could it be
I love that musical.
that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself?
Oh, that was actually topical. It was.
As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore. Because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead. And you can't take revenge against them either.
You wanted to take revenge on someone.
I was sentenced to die because of that woman. Mia Fey.
I somehow knew this was it.
I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up.
And then the reason it was impossible, was it perhaps because Mia Fey had already died?
Yes, and I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead.
And how do you do that?
Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on. Forever. I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one and only way I could take my revenge against Mia Fey. That was the reason I helped out with that woman's plans.
Just for that? For that you would kill Maya? Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fay.
As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And the stink stays close to the shit. What a cruel plan, cruel, cold, and heartless.
Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you, there's not a thing you can do to me. That night, at about 9:30 p.m., I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on a demon warding hood. Then I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazakura Temple.
So, it was Elise Stonem who channeled her after all.
That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. Don't touch me. She left Maya Fey at the inner temple and wobbled back clutching her poor old back.
No. Vicky.
Like her freaking penguin walking away.
What did you do then?
That kid was easier to handle than I had hoped. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and...
So then you're saying you stabbed Maya?
It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that.
What does that mean? No clear memory?
I don't know. I think I was stabbed.
You were stabbed?
At the last minute, Maya Fey must have stabbed me. I'm sure of it.
That's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a french fry with a plastic fork.
Yes, she would.
I imagine that she just grabs it with her
Oh,
own
that's very
hands.
true.
Yeah.
Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. But before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I had hoped it would cast suspicion on her.
Can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end.
That's when my memory temporarily stops.
It stops.
I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own two hands. My very last memory was... Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern surrounded by darkness.
You were in the sacred cavern?
The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Somehow I had been trapped in there.
But how did you wind up in there?
I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fey was dead. And I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I had killed her myself.
For a ghost, you're one tough cookie.
I wanted to get out of there and make sure she was dead. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out.
The trick lock stopped you.
I didn't know how to remove it.
So then you're saying you were actually confined against your will inside the sacred cavern?
Yes, I wanted to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it.
Interrupted?
It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall.
What? Who?
Could it have been Maya?
I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see.
Why not?
If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. So I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the sacred cavern.
That morning, only two people could have gone into the training hall. Maya and Pearls. Pearls went there to cover the hanging scroll in gravy.
Still, I finally managed to remove the lock, but I was too late.
What do you mean by that?
The flies had already started to gather.
The bridge had been fixed, and the police had started their investigation, correct?
Naturally, I couldn't go out. So instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. But just then, Lady Luck showed up.
Lady Luck?
After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself.
The real Iris?
She said she'd come to make sure the sacred cavern was all right. Stupid girl. I came out from the sacred cavern and got a feel for the situation. And I locked her away in my place. I had finally learned exactly what had happened. It was then that I learned that the plan had actually succeeded.
What do you mean your plan had succeeded?
I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that had summoned me. I assumed that it was Pearl Fay.
Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in that instructions.
But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was... Misty Fay, the picture book author.
What? What?
Hello? I'm here being evil. Go away. I'm kidding. You can go do that. I guess we will actually take a break. We'll be back to the next episode so Jesse can eat. We'll keep being scary and evil later.
I didn't know if we wanted to stop during this or not. But
Too bad we get to now. Bye.
Bye.